Bring the heat to YouTube. The beats to choose. Reviews. Who you gonna choose? Choose. All of them is music. Y'all lose music. Music. Oh yeah, that's right. You can subscribe and like. Subscribe and like. Hey Kanye, hot summer West Coast, West Side LA. Hey, shout out to Ayo. Man with a plan, cooking up like spam. Courteous like, thank you, man. Presidential like Obama, dangerous like Osama. Tasty like that mama. Dropping beats on YouTube, repeats on YouTube. Bring the heat to YouTube. The beats to reviews. Who you gonna choose? Choose. All of them is music. Y'all lose music. Music. Oh yeah, that's right. You can subscribe and like. Subscribe and like.
I'm about to live stream.
Hot summer West Coast, West Side LA. Hey, shout out to Ayo. Man with a plan, cooking up like spam. Courteous like, thank you, man. Presidential like Obama, dangerous like Osama. Tasty like that mama. Dropping beats on YouTube, repeat on YouTube. Bring the heat to YouTube. The beats to choose. Reviews. Who you gonna choose? Choose. All of them is music. Y'all lose music. Music. Oh yeah, that's right. You can subscribe and like. Subscribe and like. Hey Kanye, hot summer West Coast, West Side LA. Hey, shout out to Ayo. Man with a plan, cooking up like spam. Courteous like, thank you, man. Presidential like Obama, dangerous like Osama. Tasty like that mama. Dropping beats on YouTube, repeats on YouTube. Bring the heat to YouTube. The beats to reviews. Who you gonna choose?
Hey, all right. Hold up. All right, all right. Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Is it audible? Check one, check two, check one, check two. All right, all right. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. Whether you're here live like Brent Bishop or you're watching this as a replay, welcome to Oyama's Music. It's still weird saying that. But anyway, welcome, welcome. I come on here and I am making a track in 10 minutes. Yeah. So life is good. I just thought this would be a fun way to maybe be of help. And also, I think, at least for me, I just talking with some of the friends on the server, and it's just really funny how when I overthink my music, and I think for some other friends too, it's like the process, not only do I go slower, but I don't even finish songs. And 10-minute beat challenges has just been something that really helped me a lot as a musician, because lots of different reasons. One, I can't overthink. Two, it forces me to focus. Three, it teaches me to know my tools really well and work faster. Four, if I don't work fast, I either get frustrated or bored, and that usually kills my momentum. And five, after 10 minutes, even if I don't finish the track, and I don't think I ever do, I usually have 12 bars, 16 bars that I'm super happy with, and then I have enough momentum to carry me through I don't know, however long it usually takes me to finish. Not that I finish everything that I start in 10 minutes, but I finish way more than I did when I didn't do this. So, anywho, that's enough intro. For those of you that were curious about my little thumbnail today, I titled this one different because I was asked to do this thing a while ago. So let me pull the tab in. So my little story, when I was in high school, let me see if I can bring this up on the screen. I thought I just did. I'm so new at this. Yeah, when I was in high school, I was actually part of a steel drum band at my high school. And my music teacher was a fantastic guy named Mr. Dave Beery. And I reached out to him recently just to thank him a lot for teaching me all the fundamentals, everything that I know. I'm pretty new to music production, but I realize I'm very not new to music. I've been playing piano since 9, steel drums since like 14, guitar since like 16, yada, yada, yada. But I think between piano lessons and what I learned in steel drum band, and I didn't even realize it was so cool that we had a steel drum band at our little high school in Southern California. Like, I didn't realize that how unique that was until way later. But between those two things, the classical and the rhythmic, I feel like that laid a really great foundation for me as a musician. So anyway, I reached out to Dave. He's a really cool guy, still making music, teaching handpan, running a ukulele and handpan store down in Long Beach near me. He sent me some samples, and I've been putting it off forever because he's like, yeah, make a track with these. That would be so cool. And I'm like, yeah. And then I'm like so scared to start work on it because he's the man to me. Like, I learned so much from him and I don't want to mess it up. But then I realized I work better when I don't overthink that kind of stuff, right? Dots. The PG version of Kenny Beats saying, don't overthink stuff. So anywho, that's my goal tonight. Instead of overthinking it and kind of panicking, like, oh, what if he doesn't like it? Stuff like that. I am just going to cook up, as we say. I'm going to set my timer for 10 minutes. So if you don't know the deal, I got a little thing here called Beat Timer. I'll pull it into the window. It's a plugin by the one and only Curtis King. Check him out on YouTube. When I start that timer, I mean, it's honor system kind of stuff, but I start the timer, I work for 10 minutes, and the goal is to get a complete beat, which is typically, for most beat makers, 12, 16, 32 bars in 10 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that. I got some of my favorite samples pulled up. By the way, I know some people that checked out the stream enjoyed it a lot last night, but we're kind of intimidated by how this all works. Just want to plug this thing real quick. I actually made a PDF about how you can do this, and the link is in the video description. It's sendfox.com/oyamasmusic. Shoot me your email, I'll shoot you a PDF. So that's the deal. And it will give you my 8-step pre-flight checklist on how you can set yourself up for success with these. Anywho, yeah. How long have I been talking? That was a long intro. We are gonna get into it. I've got my beat timer pulled up, and I'm really kind of nervous about this one. Last night I did a pack of VST that I was really familiar with, Bold. This one, I don't know. I might fail for all I know, which is one reason I was afraid of starting this. But we are gonna go at it tonight. So here we go. 10 minutes starting in 3, 2, 1, and away we go. I'll close this. Let me show you the sample, by the way. That's the finished song that someone else did for him. So this is really quiet, but I'm just gonna pull this in here and probably turn it up like crazy because it's super quiet. So just double click on it, and I'm going to increase the gain a ton Still not even clipping. Okay, that's great. I'm gonna just kill the rest of it for now because I'm just trying to get it started. I'm gonna move this up actually so I can get a better view. This is such a waste of time right here. Okay, so this is what I'm working with. Hit tab, switch over. It's really good to know your hotkeys when you're doing stuff like this, by the way. Oh good, you can hear it. Great, great, great. Yeah, that sample is like way too quiet. I've got memory mode already queued up. Yeah, that gain was so low, right? I'm just gonna do bold. Again, the dots, right? I don't want to overthink stuff. So I'm just gonna fly with what I know and what I'm comfortable with. I got my... that's not quite it for me tonight. Oh, that was a happy accident. I might come back to that. Okay, drums, biscuit, pancake, electro. Let's go back to Skun. Okay, I think I can work with that. So I'm gonna, my track is armed, I'm just gonna click record. All right, great. There's got to be a better way to keep the groove going than what I just did. And duplicate that. I got to put some hi-hats or something on this. Actually, you know what? Let's just duplicate that already, and let's just make that the intro. Keep moving. I'm going to duplicate this, the whole thing. Start recording again, but I'm gonna find something else. Actually, let's not record yet until I know what I'm doing. Let's see here. What else do we got? See, I know this thing, but I don't know it as well as I ought to, probably. Okay, that's acceptable. Gotta key myself in. 5, 6. Okay, so we're queuing up from the beginning. It's a little bit off, so I'm gonna quickly select all and Control U. That should correct my mistakes. Just kind of sets everything up on the beat. Let me just to be sure, let me do that with this too. Control U. Okay. I've got... Alright, let's hear. Until I know memory mode a little bit better, I might not just mess with it because I'm behind tonight already. So I'm just gonna go looking for a bass now. And now I wish I had installed Sublab already. 5 minutes. So just kind of jam a little. The next camera I got to set up for the stream, by the way, has got to be one on the keyboard. I wish I could show you what I'm doing right now. Okay, do the same trick again. Select all, Control A, Control U. Do a quick levels check. I try to mix everything even before I'm done to something like -6. Let's put some... I wanted this actually. Actually, let's just leave it there. That's a cool accident. Okay, real quick. Fire up splice. That is one thing I actually probably should have already had open. Got a little audio track up here. Oh, that is so loud. I'm just gonna... Okay, and that really needs a crash after that. So that's my intro. It's almost done. I feel like I had another one that I liked better. Okay, I'm gonna drop this in. So I usually have one track just for like risers and hi-hats and stuff like that. Oh, my music teacher actually might join the stream right now. He just got my message. I really don't plan as well as I ought to. Oh, I wish I had like a drum roll kind of thing. Okay, that's not working for me. Hey, what's up, Mr. Beery? So this is your pan sample. Okay. It really needs a B section, but I don't know if I can pull that off with... How much time do I got left? I shouldn't even be checking. How fast can I work? Well, the first step is always anyway. Ah, that crash hits a little bit off, by the way. Rat-a-tat-tat. No, for real. Maybe I should just key it in myself. I'm always so bad at that, but... Hold on. I got like 30 seconds to pull this off. Oh, that's what it's gonna be. That's what it's gonna be. Okay, let's move the loop over. And I got like no time. There we go. Okay, okay. Pull that over. Okay, quantize. That's a little bit off, but I'm kind of down. Let's just duplicate the lifter. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Could have come out worse. Not my best work. And then just duplicate this, I'd say. It's a little bit off, like a quarter beat or something, right? Anywho. Yo, he actually came. What's up, Mr. Beery? What's up? How's it going? It's good to have you on my little show. Lol. But yes. Yeah, I was just saying at the top of this that the whole reason I wanted to do it live is sometimes that pressure, you know, to do it live is great for getting stuff done. Okay, it's just not quantizing the way I want it to. Somehow it sounded good here, but it didn't. Maybe that's it. You see, I kind of left that part hanging because this part looks really sharp. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna ditch that crash because it's just not working somehow. Yeah, you see that? That's why it's off. So the other way to do this, of course, is to just loop and drag it across. And I should probably just find a crash. There's got to be a good crash in that bold set somewhere, right? So that was over 10. You know what? I wanted to do this thing yesterday just to see. There's another mode. There's countdown and then there's timer. There's just count ups. This will just show me how I'm doing time-wise sense. Just because I'm curious, how much longer does it take? No, I feel like almost everything I know about modern and non-classical rhythms, steel drum band in high school. Oh snap. I don't know if you guys can hear me so clearly right now, so let me just do this thing. I am just gonna close my timer for a moment. That should make me more audible. So like everything I know about like modern or non-classical music rhythms, I am like 90% sure I learned it practically in steel drum band, and anything besides that just from listening to way too much radio in high school. But I have Mr. Beery to thank because y'all like really gave me a framework where that all kind of came together and I could articulate. Wait, I don't know what this beat was. It's just like, oh, syncopation, and like I still remember Andy in the room going ta ta. I had no idea what he was doing because I wasn't a drummer yet, but then I became a drummer later, and then I'm like talking to people like ta ta, don't you get it? And they're like, no. Anywho, let me just find a crash to round this out. I'm gonna turn the frequency back on the master. Quick trick. This is a good DJ trick too, I've heard, if you're ever DJing. I learned that from the Questlove masterclass. Don't know if you'll ever use that. Okay, let me get back to my drums. Wow, some good stuff in this. Wow. Oh, that would be cool. Let me see if I can drop one of those in a place that makes sense. In lieu of a crash. Because you don't always need a crash, it turns out. It's just my instinct. I still really could use a crash though. Let's just go with this. Okay, there it is. I know, right, submarine? Okay, I am useless under pressure at the moment. So let me just turn on DJ mode on this for a moment. All right, so Yeah, this was an interesting 10-minute cook-up or beat making sesh or 10-minute time controlled music making session, to use the regular King's English. But yeah, it took about 15 minutes. Yeah, that would be great for a drop, right? Just cut it all and then boing, and then I feel like there's a lot of things I could do with this, places I could go. Like maybe I would open up the Leno set. Oh, the Leno set on Splice would be really great to go with this, because I tried the top loops from Leno last night on a whim. Leno, if you don't know, what am I even doing? I'm typing that into Windows Explorer. Leno makes this really awesome sample pack on Splice. Yeah, that could work. So like, something like this maybe. Oh, master is still out. Nah, that didn't work. I'll have to do it another time. I'll find one more appropriate, or I'll make a video where I actually finish this song properly. Yeah, something's a little bit off rhythmically there. And it'll take me more than 10 minutes to troubleshoot it, but it won't. Here's the cool thing about a 10-minute beat challenge. I've got momentum after this, right? Like, I just made more progress in 10 minutes on working on these really cool samples that my steel drum teacher gave me like a month ago. I just made more progress in 10 minutes than I did like all month. And that's what's beautiful about a 10-minute challenge. It forces progress to happen. Is it always good progress? No. Like, a lot of these don't get finished, but it's cool because it opens the door. So that's one takeaway I would give from this. And especially if you have a project that's really intimidating, like, this is a great way to get the ball rolling. I have a couple collab opportunities. Nothing too crazy, like just with friends from different servers. But I've never done collabs before, so I'm super intimidated. So part of me is like, oh, I should just set a timer for 10 minutes and get going on it. And if the first one doesn't come out, give it another shot. Like, I am totally down to give this another shot with other instruments that aren't bold. Bold is simply just my thing right now, and I'm super familiar and I super enjoy it, so that's my go-to. But I am so sure once I get to know memory mode better, I'm gonna totally go with memory mode and do a lot more with that. So anywho, yeah, it's great for getting ideas sketched out quickly. And like I said at the beginning of this little episode, to not get frustrated and all that. Is it always the best? You can already tell maybe I'm not the most satisfied with this, but I am kind of excited because I feel like I said just now too, I made a lot of progress very quickly. I know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a crash. I'm looking for like a top loop, like maybe like a shaker tambo kind of thing, like a chicka 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 chicka. Maybe I'd even just beatbox it in like Timbaland, right? Like, there's a lot of possibilities here, and the door is just flown open. So yeah, those are some things. I mean, I've got Tetro's Haze pack that I've barely looked at. Like, if I had thought about it, maybe there was a crash. No crash. There's shaker loops though. Like, maybe one of these could really work well. Like, who knows? Just drop that in there, and I probably need another transition noise to make it work. And it's not working right now at all because of that EQ trick. Yeah, I gotta figure it out why my things aren't lining up quite the way I wanted them to, but yeah. Anyhow, super cool that you guys are here. I'm so glad that you came out, Brent, Bishop, and DII, Dave's Island Instruments. I will keep working on this. Maybe I'll give it another crack once I have a few more instruments tools under my belt ready to go. By the way, yeah, so I'm thinking a lot more clearly about this kind of stuff lately, again, because I wrote myself a little 8-step checklist how you can do 10-minute challenges better. And that, again, is at my link, which is in the description for the video, stanfox.com/oyamasmusic. You can just click the link there. You leave your name, you leave your email, you get that, plus whatever else I consider my best work, because I don't want to spam y'all. But yeah, let me just run it back to the start and let you hear the whole thing from the beginning to see where we came up with. I'm kind of happy we came up with a good, decent 20 bars in like, I don't know, 15-20 minutes, which is cool. I count that as a win in my book. So let me roll it back, turn the frequency up. The bonus takeaway from today too is the Questlove Masterclass DJ trick. If you're ever at a party and you got to talk over the beat, but you don't want to just like cut the sound out altogether, just turn down the frequency, right? Just play with the frequency. I think this is on the EQ8. It's what we call a high cut. So we just cut out all the highs and you can hear the DJ's voice really loud and clear. I've always kind of enjoyed the idea of being a DJ. I don't know if I'd actually enjoy being a DJ, but anywho, rolled it back. We're gonna end with this. Here we are, the steel drum cookup, handpan cookup, courtesy of Dave Beery of Dave's Island Instruments. Check out his website, which is probably davesislandinstruments.com. Yes, I got it right. I'm not paid, not sponsored by this. I'm just really hyping what I know to be good. If you're in Long Beach and you want a handpan, I am like 200% sure Dave's your man. Anywho, let's close out the show tonight with this. I think I figured it out. That was better. There it is. So I think, there it is. Yeah. I'm gonna control zoom in real quick. Control out with the mouse click lets me use the hand. So I pulled it out like an 8th note, it looks like. So what I'm gonna do, let me zoom out real quick. I'm gonna duplicate, Control D, Control R, reverse it. Oops. I thought, oh, it's just R. R reverses. And I'm gonna take just a tiny chop. Put a little velocity curve on it and put a tiny reverse symbol right there. Cut, Control Out drag, Ace Control V. Yeah, I can even join these with Control J. And now I've got a new crash. I lost a little bit of the attack, right? But I'm kind of down with that, because this is kind of a mellow vibe on this song. Alright, I could talk about my discovery why that didn't work the way I think it did. I have a feeling it's with the bounce in place of the pan sample. See, it's not hitting Yes, it's not hitting exactly on that quarter note, so I got to play with the sample a bit and tweak it so it is. Anywho. This is about up for tonight. This has been fun. Thank you for showing up, supporting, and hope you guys finish more tracks. Yes. All right, this is Ed Oyama out for Oyama's Music.